I am very, very aware, boys, that as we've just gone live, that I don't have an intro for Tactics Boards. I don't have an intro video. We have the intros for the extra time shows, but I don't have an intro for the preview. So I'm going to have to work on that as we go forward. Good evening, everyone, or one. Welcome to the Villa preview. We go to Villa Park tomorrow, 4:30 kickoff on TV, and me, Andy, and Steve are here to discuss our chances. We're going to try and keep it brief because I'm very aware there is a rather big game going to be kicking off in about 13 minutes on Sky as well. So we're going to try and make sure you guys can get out to watch that game as well. Before we begin, Andy, I know you've got a picture that we were just talking about as you downloaded it. Obviously, the news broke not so long ago that Sir Bobby Charlton passed away early hours of this morning peacefully, age of 86. I'd like to pass my condolences on to the Charlton family. RIP. Great player, great servant. I mean, put allegiances aside. He was a Manchester United fan, a player, but, as a football fan, I can acknowledge that he was a great player, regardless of who he played for, one of the 66 World Cup winning team. Obviously now leaves us with one, our very own Jeff Hurst, as the remaining surviving member. So, I just wanted to put it on record. That we send our condolences to the family.
Yeah, I want. Go on, Steve. You go, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the wonderful memory of the '66 World Cup.
Yep.
Brilliant goal scorer. When I was a kid, I used to watch him play on the big match on Sunday afternoons. And he was a great servant of football. So rest in peace. And my condolences to the family.
Andy?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to echo what everyone else said. Obviously, I certainly didn't see him play or anything, but whenever I've seen him do interviews, the love for Manchester United, that relationship what he's got with Alex Ferguson, and obviously being with your brother, obviously winning the World Cup, as your brother being around it as well. So, no, and like you said, there's just two icons. Well, they're all icons because they won the World Cup, but obviously now he's there with Bobby as well. So, unfortunately, this is what happens in life, and we have to take everything. We should. Moments like this proves that we shouldn't take anything for granted. And yeah, obviously, I think Man United. I don't know whether it'll be enough time for Chelsea to do their applause, but I'm guessing when I'm at Villa Park tomorrow, we'll probably be doing a minute's applause for him tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I have a great story about. I met Bobby once. I had a broken ankle, and I was at Upton Park, and I was trying to get Trevor Brooking to sign my cast, and his entourage kind of pushed me out the way. It wasn't his fault, but his entourage pushed me out the way, and I fell over. And while I was sitting on my arse, feeling a bit sorry for myself, I heard this thick Scottish accent ask me if I was okay. And I look up, and there's Sir Alex standing now at my feet as I'm sitting on the floor, like I say, feeling sorry for myself. And he reaches out a hand, and next to him, reaching out another hand to help me up off the floor, was Bobby Charlton, and they both picked me up off the floor and wiped me down, signed my cast for me. So one interaction with a man, and it was a positive one. So yeah, like we've all said, R.I.P. Sir Bob.
Worth having a broken ankle for that, isn't it?
You know what? It's strange because I spent many years pissed off at Sir Trevor for not maybe looking over his shoulder and acknowledging the fact that the people that were trying to get him through the crowds to into the bowling he didn't acknowledge the fact that I'd gone arse over, kind of thing. But it was, I don't blame him. It was, like I say, it was his entourage, but it's just one of them things. But to have, the memory of Alex Ferguson and Bobby Charlton lifting me up off the floor is, it's a positive one, like I say. So it's, it's one memory that I enjoy having.
Mm-hmm.
Priceless.
Indeed. Right, we're here, obviously, as I said at the start, we're here to discuss our trip to Villa Park tomorrow. It's a match that's been quite kind to us in recent years. I mean, we're going now in good form ourselves, as Andy so seamlessly puts up on screen. We do have the better head-to-head record. 1 win, 21 draws in there. So I've got to say, I'm feeling very confident for tomorrow. Obviously, we've only lost 2 games this season, and they're against what you class as the heavy hitters in the Premier League, in City and Liverpool. We were in front in both of them, if my memory serves me correct. Their talent obviously overpowered us a little bit, but let's be perfectly honest, we're in a significantly better place coming into this Villa game than any of us thought we were going to be, Andy. How do you feel about tomorrow? How confident are you?
I think this plays into our hands. I'm a huge admirer of Emery. I think he's a class manager. The way he's got them playing. But the one thing to our advantage, what a player is Matty Cash, but he makes the fullbacks bomb forward so much and they're overlapping so much. And this is where I think Ben Rama, Paqueta, if he plays, like this is so whatever wingers play and Bowen, they're going to have a field day. Like if I was Moyes, I would literally just tell them to stay on the halfway mark. I think the likes of Ward-Prowse, Souček, obviously Alvarez, we can defend. Emerson's come on leaps and bounds, so I would literally play the one block and just tell, or at least 2 of them, to stand there on halfway and we can terrorise them. That's the way I would play.
I mean, that I agree with. I mean, if he plays with what he has done before, Moyes, in that kind of 4-2-3-1, I'd be in agreement with what Andy said, Steve. If it's Ben Rama, if it's Kudus, if it's Paqueta out on that left, and then obviously Bowen out on the right, possibly Antonio up front. Those 3, so your left winger, your right winger, and your centre forward, don't come back, stay on the halfway line. Steve, would you agree that would be, I suppose, it's got to be our game plan, right?
I'd agree, yeah, but I'd certainly have Kudus out there over Benny after that finish against Newcastle. The amount of chances Benny creates and doesn't hit and doesn't score, Kudus would score. You need a goal scorer. You need another goal scorer out there.
Okay, let me put it to you then, Steve. You said you'd have Kudus out there rather. Just an option, and it's just an idea. Benny on the left, Kudus in the middle, up top on his own, Bowen on the right, and then Paqueta in the 10 behind those 3, and then have Antonio as an explosive last half an hour substitute, last 20 minutes, or even if it's not going well, you bring him on to partner Kudus.
Yeah, that would work. But I in fact quite like the tactic. But you know what Moyes will do? He will want Antonio on there because that he sees Antonio as being the one player who can play the system he wants. And if Antonio goes into beast mode, and sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, I think will be too much for them. We're a counter-attacking team.
Yep.
And
I just don't agree with Antonio could go on a 14-game run without scoring and Moyes will still play him. Right? the obsession is just ridiculous. Like I just don't get it.
But listen, we said the same thing with Souček last year. Listen, we all agreed that comes down to a favourable decision by Moyes for Declan Rice, and obviously it kind of put us on the back foot straight off the bat, because obviously we were asking Souček to do a role, but he persevered with him, he stuck with him, and now he's come back to his own because we've got someone like Alvarez that does his job from last year. So I get where you're coming from, Andy, but that perseverance from Moyes in a way is, although with one player I find it frustrating, but with another player I found it the right thing to do. So it's kind of I struggle to separate. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, sorry, Steve. Go on.
No, go on, mate. Sorry, you carry
on.
No,
even if you put Bowen through the middle and put Kudus out on the right, Antonio needs to be dropped. He needs to kick up the backside. He goes through these stages of playing 8 games without a goal. You bench him, and then he turns into beast mode again for like 3. I think that's what it is. It's like pulling the string out of a toy, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's the battery protection bit where
yeah.
See, Moyes isn't beyond criticism by any means at all, but it is hard to criticise him how we started this season. You know,
can't disagree there.
While he keeps producing the results, you know, what's he doing wrong?
But Antonio should have been dropped after that miss against Liverpool. But I'll save that for another day.
Yeah, it probably should. Yeah,
that one hurts.
So I'll talk about the thingy. What have I got on the next slide? Obviously, these are our previous games. I'll just go for them. Obviously, this was at the London Stadium. Ollie Watkins scored first. Don't know if you remember. Benny's equalised from the spot.
Yeah.
We were very lucky in that game, but this was after another European game, as we mentioned last year, Europe, and then the Sunday games. Then, obviously, do you remember this? The loop from Fornells, the deflected slot. Yeah. That was our first goal and first win of last season.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the previous 2. Obviously, this one, one day apart, a year ago. Yarmolenko's goal. And I'm going to put it out there. The next one is probably my best game I've been to away in a very long time, and that was the 4-1 whitewash when we absolutely ripped them apart that day. I was there as well. That was just after COVID, so that was going back to football as well. I think that made it more special as well.
Lingard had come in as well, hadn't he?
No. This is the season before that, Steve. This one's when Rice, Ben Johnson, Rice, Bowen and Fornell scored in this one.
Johnson scored with his left foot as he came in off the right, didn't he? That was that one.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, but even before that, there's more games like what Steve mentioned. Duke mentioned. Sorry, the unbeaten runs. But this game was special. Sorry, Duke. What was you going to say, mate?
No. I was just going to say, obviously, off the back of some positive results. I think we're unbeaten in 14. I think it is against Villa. I might be wrong, but I think we're unbeaten in 14. Now, we go into tomorrow, like I said at the start of the video, in a significantly better place than any of us thought we were going to be.
Oh, yeah.
With the points on the board, the position in the league. I think we were 7th before today's results kicked in. So
So we're 8th now, and Villa are in 6th. There are what are the points? Hold on 1 second. They are 2 points ahead of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I've already said it. Very, very confident with tomorrow's game. I know Emery has gotten playing some fantastic football. I know that we have been a better outfit than we were, this time last year. So I'm in a cheerful mood. I'm in a mood that makes me think that we can get something out of tomorrow. Andy, Moyes did his press conference yesterday and said
Mhm.
that he's got majority of his first team squad fit, firing,
Mhm.
ready to go. But one thing he did say that really did boil my piss, to be honest with you, was that I don't want Steve. Was
I'm just thinking painful.
it was that Kudus is getting close to being able to start games, like mind games, or is that something you genuinely believe?
No. It's mind games. It's minor. Because if I was Aston Villa, I'd be shit scared because, like what you're saying, Villa are Antonio's good, but they could probably spending all week teaching the centre backs when Antonio peels off. Make sure you keep an eye on that. And all of a sudden, if Kudus is in the starting 11, they won't know how to play against him. Not many teams do, so it could work in both favours. But we could sit here. David Moyes, it's probably going to be the same team that started against Newcastle, but
Yeah,
you never know. But
I think Kudus has got all the skills Paqueta's got. We're just waiting to see him. I think he's going to be brilliant.
He's got a fantastic low centre of gravity. So when he runs with the ball, I've seen it a couple of times in games where he'll get knocked, he'll get tripped. One hand will go down, but he continues to run. He gets himself up. It's not like he goes looking. Unlike a certain Brazilian maestro that we have that likes to throw himself on the floor like he's been shot.
Yeah.
He tries to stay on his feet, which I like. I like it a lot. I do want to see him start. But again, like you've both said, you know, he is probably our most skillful player, bar Paqueta.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time before we see absolutely everything in this guy's repertoire and he gets a start. I'm hoping it's tomorrow. I am. But, we'll have to wait and see.
one question, what I would say, but I don't think he would because of the balance. He loves the left foot. I'd love to see Mavropanos tomorrow with Zuma.
Yes,
but I don't think he'll do it because of the balance, though. To be perfectly honest, he loves the left footer. If Aguerd don't play, normally Bonner plays. So if I had to pick out the two, I'd pick Aguerd. So
yeah, I know what you mean. It's gonna It's gonna be an interesting game tomorrow. All right, Steve. Off of the back of that, what would you like to see David Moyes do? Not what you think he's going to do, but what would you like to see?
Well, actually, I would like Mavropanos to start at the back. Left back, Emerson, obviously. Right back, Sufal. I think he's had a decent season. He doesn't set the world alight, but he's solid and he's consistent.
Well, he's had 4 assists in, is it 4 games now?
Yeah, exactly. You can't drop him, can you?
No, not at all.
no.
Then you've got Paqueta, Ward-Prowse and Souček, because I think Souček's this season. I mean, he's had 4 goals now, hasn't he, Souček? Is it 3 or 4? I lose track. But, I mean, that's a great return. And he's back to his goal-scoring best. Then where would I go? I'd have Kudos on the left, Bowen on the right, and I'd have Mbama up front.
You go div in?
Yep.
Ooh.
I think he's as physically strong as Antonio, and I think he's a more skillful player.
You have forgotten one player, though, and probably one of our best players so far this season.
Who's that?
It's Alvarez.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, silly. Oh, no, I'm just confident we won't play with the defensive. We won't need a defensive midfielder. We're going to be that good. Yeah. Well, you don't want to play Alvarez because he's one booking off a suspension, isn't he?
I'd rather.
I'd rather lose him against Everton. I'd rather lose.
Yeah.
Than Arsenal or something like that.
I'd rather him pick up the booking tomorrow, sit out the Everton game, and again, I'd tell
him to get booked. I would tell him to get booked.
Yeah,
if the game's over, just
gob off at the referee a bit. Just get yourself a booking.
I was so confident my team only had 10 men in it.
So you went with Mabama out front.
Yeah,
Again, as much as I think I'd like to see that, I just don't see it happening.
I won't happen, but
Any changes to
Uh,
Steve's
yeah.
personnel or formation?
For me, I'd go a back three. I'm going to go attacking. I'd go 3-4-3 tomorrow. I'd go Aguerd, Zuma, and Marvapanos. I've Bowen, Sufal like playing right back / wing back, like on the wing. Alvarez and Ward Prowse with Emerson on the left, and then Paqueta, Kudus, and Bowen. So have Paqueta on like left wing. So literally go for it.
Yeah, I see merits and values in that.
Or 3-5-2. You could do 3-5-2 and have Kudus and Bowen up front and have Paqueta in with the three.
In the 10, yeah.
But Souček's playing anyway.
well,
Souček and Antonio over there, so that make no difference.
it's hard to drop Souček the way he's scoring goals.
Of course, no, exactly.
Completely agree on that one. All right, that being said, then, boys, score predictions. So Becca came in earlier and very early with a 2-1 West Ham win. Andy, score prediction from you.
Well, I weren't expecting me to go first. I'm going to go for 3-1. Kudus, Bowen, and we've been waiting for it. A James Ball pass free kick.
Oh, it'd be so nice. It would be so nice. Steve, your score prediction?
I fancy us to do them 3-0.
Clean sheet from you.
Yeah, well, we do one, and we are a good defensive unit. It's about time we kept more. It's about time we kept a few more clean sheets. So yeah, I think we'll get them 3 times on the break, and I think we'll also get them quite early on in the game as well, when they're not fully switched on.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm actually going to agree with Andy. I'm actually going to go 3-1. I actually had 3-1 written down. I've actually placed a bet on 3-1. I just think we're going to have enough about us. These are the games that if we want to finish in the top 6, top 7, top 8, these are the teams that are challenging us for that top 6, top 7, top 8 spot. So we have to be beating these to improve our chances.
But if I offered you a draw, would you take it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah, White Villa, cracking team. You got to, haven't you?
But like I say, these are the games. If we want to finish top 8, we have to be winning these because these are our challengers for that top 8 spot. That's these guys. So we have to be winning these games to create that space for us in the league. Do you know what I mean?
I think we can win it tomorrow. I think we've been in cracking form. I think Newcastle, when you look at the Newcastle game, I look back on it and think, great point, but we could have won that.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see. I'm quietly confident, but doesn't mean anything. I've been quietly confident before. I've been stuffed 5-0. So
Rob's come in 3-1 West Ham and Watkins to score a penalty for them. I'm going to say it before we start wrapping up. I actually think Watkins has been quite poor this season with regards to goal scoring.
He would be perfect for us in our starting 11 where Antonio plays. He would score so many goals. It would be ridiculous.
It'd piss it for us because we're perfect for him.
yeah.
But again, as I said, I think he's scored 4 league goals in 8 games this season, but one game was a hat trick. So essentially, he had 1 goal in 7 games, which, in much the same way that I've said about Antonio, can we not make all them noises outside, please, Mr. Ambulance? Thank you. I've said it about Antonio in the past. It's not a good enough return for a striker for me. 1 goal in 7 games. Like, It just doesn't sit right. The fact that he's now gone and bagged a hat trick, which pads that out a bit more. He's now had 8 goal involvements in 8 games in the Premier League. That hat trick has padded that out. So you watch him go and score another hat trick tomorrow against us. You can just know it now, don't you? I've opened my trap and watch him.
Yeah, well.
And then I'm just briefly going to do this for everyone who doesn't know. I haven't seen anything today. My plan was today is to do nothing, but I stayed at my mum's last night, and me and Shelley have done the rounds going to see the family because I was down that neck of the woods today, so I was rushing to get back. But Duke, did you see it? Apparently controversial sending off for Young, wasn't it? Or was Canate meant to get booked as sent off as well, or something?
I'll be honest, mate. I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
I came up to the flat. I was working the shift, but I came up to the flat to get something, and I didn't see the highlights. And then obviously I had to shoot out just after half time because I went to watch my brother's team play. They won 2-1 in the cup against a team in the division higher than them. So bloody good performance by Long Lane today. So I missed it, but
yeah, that's all I heard. I haven't seen it, but these are the results here as well. What a result for Wolves away! But to be fair, Lewis Cook got sent off in the 54th minute, and Wolves scored a late goal to make it 2-1. What a result for Brentford as well. Burnley had another man sent off as well, but the score was already 2-0. Let's have a look here. Man City were very lucky. Akanji got sent off with 2 minutes to go as well. Fatty again scored. What a player he is. I can't believe they managed to secure that from Brighton. Apparently that was a very... Yeah. Very coincident as well. Tonani didn't start, but he come on for this game as well. Jacob Murphy, Anthony Gordon, Longstaff and Wilson with the goals there. But the surprise result, and I actually got this right on my prediction. I said 2-2 in the Nottingham Forest. I wish I put money on it now. In the Nottingham Forest Luton with Adebayo getting the 92nd minute equaliser by the Chris Wood double. And I think as it stands, it is still 0-0 when the Chelsea Arsenal game. Obviously.
Yeah, Chelsea got a penalty.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, sorry. Are you recording it, Andy?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Doesn't
keep
matter.
us updated, Steve. Come on, what happened? What was the penalty?
Well, no. I'm just watching it now. I've got it on silent in the background. So here we go. I've got no idea who's taking it. He looks about 12. Mind you, everybody looks young to me these days. Thanks. Right, here we go. No, you staying and 1-0. 1-0 Chelsea.
Who scored?
Who was it who took it, mate? I haven't got a clue.
Okay, mate.
Hang on. Palmer.
I won't ask you. I won't ask you for directions then, Steve. Yeah? I ain't got a clue.
Palmer scored it. As Daniela states there, Villa have not won this fixture in 10 games. Their last victory was 2015. So there you go. It's
how weird it though. All these fixtures, and then we're the only. That's what me and Ryan, because obviously I'm going tomorrow. Me and Ryan were saying, like, if we're the only game, why not make us the after 2 o'clock game? Why does it have to be R4? It just doesn't make sense, does it?
Sky
it really does.
Premier League, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And then for Monday the 23rd, I don't give a shit about this game. Spurs Fulham.
Go on the Fulham.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like tonight. Go on Chelsea because I don't want to see Arsenal win.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm very much in the same camp there, and same as tonight, Sheffield United, Man U. I'm just like, it's just shit, isn't it? But you got the Rugby World Cup semi-final one, which I'll be showing and paying more attention to. So
I'm going to be watching the rugby. There's no way.
And we've smashed it. We said we're only going to do 15 minutes, and we've done exactly half an hour. Get it.
Exactly, and that's where I'm at. So I'm happy with that. We're going to call it a day.
That's very good for us. We've only gone over to buy twice.
Andy, any last words from you?
Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe, of course, to Forge for Mine Extra Time. I'll be back on Monday with my brief reaction before we do our show on Monday night of the game tomorrow. So watch out.
Steve, anything from you?
No, just looking forward to tomorrow's game. Actually, James and I are going to video call each other and watch the game at the same time. So there could be lots of yelling and screaming. And
Make sure you're on the right stream, because if someone's half a minute ahead of each other, it could be a bit messy.
No, he can get Sky Sports as well because we've got the app.
I've got you.
I'm going to be showing it in the pub, so if anyone wants to come to the Lewisham Tavern to watch it, I will entertain you all, and we can have a few drinks and watch the game.
Yeah, Duke will entertain you, and the football will be on.
Exactly. I'm going to dance for you, but I won't do anything till you can leave your hat on.
Oh,
I need
dear.
to see that. No one needs to see that. On that note, chaps, thank you very much for joining me. Those that have been in the live chat, thank you very much for being there as well. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to both channels, Thoughts from Iron West Ham United and Thoughts from Iron Extra Time, and we will be back across both channels on Monday evening. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Take care to both of you and everyone in the chat.
Yeah, come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.